These 5 habits are ruining your skin, and you never heard that before. Have you tried everything to get clear, glowing skin and still see no results? But what if the real problem is actually your bad habits? In this video, I'm sharing 5 habits you absolutely need to avoid if you want healthier, more beautiful skin. And chances are, you've never even heard some of them before. Trust me, a few of these will surprise you, and once you fix them, you can finally start seeing real changes in your skin. You think you're helping your skin, but what if your skincare routine is the reason it's getting worse? Today, we've been taught that more products means better skin. Cleanser, toner, serum, face mask, spot treatment, layer after layer. But your skin is not built for that. Your skin has a natural protective barrier. It keeps moisturize in and irritants out. When you use too many products, especially strong ones like acids, retinol, or harsh cleanser, you slowly damage that barrier. And when that barrier is damaged, your skin loses water, becomes dry, gets irritated, turns red, or breaks out more easily. And this isn't just opinion. Dermatology research show that when the skin barrier is disrupted, inflammation increases. And inflammation is one of the main reasons of acne, sensitivity, and faster aging. More actives, more inflammation. Using too many active ingredients at the same time doesn't make them work better. It stresses your skin. Even if you don't see peeling, your skin can experience low-level irritation every single day. That constant stress weakens collagen and makes your skin more reactive. So instead of glowing, your skin becomes unpredictable. You might be ruining your skin microbiome. Your skin also has good bacteria that protect it. Over-cleansing and exfoliating can disturb that balance. When that happens, bad bacteria can grow more easily, and that can trigger breakouts. Healthy skin isn't over-treated, it's balanced. So what is the real problem? When your skin gets irritated, you think you need more products to fix it, so you add another serum and another. But sometimes the solution isn't more, it's less. A simple routine, gentle cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen is often enough. Your skin doesn't need to be attacked every day. It needs to be supported. This one is going to surprise you. Not going outside enough can actually affect your skin. And no, I'm not saying you need to tan. I'm talking about simple, daily exposure to natural daylight. Because your skin and your body need it. Your skin is connected to your internal clock. Natural light regulates your circadian rhythm, your biological clock. When you don't get enough daylight, your sleep quality often drops. And poor sleep increases cortisol, your stress hormone. As you may know, high cortisol levels are linked to more breakouts, slower skin repair, increased inflammation, dull-looking skin. Your skin repairs itself mostly at night. If your sleep is off, your skin recovery is off too. Vitamin D matters more than you think. When your skin is exposed to sunlight, it produces vitamin D. Vitamin D plays a role in immune function, inflammation control, skin cell growth. Low vitamin D levels have been associated in studies with acne, eczema, and slower wound healing. I'm not saying you need hours in the sun, but if you barely see daylight for days or weeks, your body feels it, and your skin does too. Daylight boosts circulation. Going outside usually means moving your body, even a little. Movement improves blood circulation. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients reach your skin cells. That's part of what gives skin a fresh and healthy look. When you stay indoors constantly, especially in artificial light, your skin can start to look dull or tired. That's ironic but true. Too much sun damages your skin, but zero natural light isn't ideal either. Your skin doesn't need extreme exposure, it needs balance. Even 50 to 30 minutes each day of natural daylight can make a huge difference. If your skin looks dull, inflamed, or constantly stressed, it might not just be your products, it might be your lifestyle. Part 3: Expired makeup and skincare. This one's more common than you think. Using expired makeup or skincare can quietly ruin your skin. And no, I'm not just talking about products that look bad. I am talking about the ones that seem totally fine, but aren't. Expiration dates actually matter. Cosmetics contain preservatives. These are there to stop bacteria, mold, and yeast from growing inside the product. But over time, they lose effectiveness. Once that protection weakens, microorganisms can start multiplying, even if you can't see it. And when you apply that product to your face, you're potentially spreading bacteria directly into your skin. You're potentially spreading bacteria onto your skin. That can lead to breakouts, irritation, infections, clogged pores, especially with products that touch your eyes and mouth, like mascara or lipstick. The formula changes over time. Even if bacteria aren't the issue, the formula itself can degrade. Active ingredients like vitamin C, retinol, or sunscreen filters break down with exposure to air, light, and heat. So when that happens, the product becomes less effective, the texture changes, it can become more irritating. An oxidized product can trigger inflammation instead of helping your skin. So you think your skincare stopped working, but it may actually be harming your barrier. And your tools matter too. Makeup brushes, sponges, and applicators can trap oil, dead skin cells, and bacteria. If they are not cleaned regularly, you are reintroducing that buildup to your skin every day. That's a perfect environment for acne-causing bacteria. And the problem is subtle. Expired products don't always smell bad. They don't always look separated. Sometimes the only sign is that your skin suddenly becomes reactive. If your breakouts doesn't make sense, you should definitely check the expiration date or the little symbol on the packaging, that one that says 6 months or 12M. That means month after opening. Your skin deserves fresh products, not leftovers from 3 years ago. Part 4. Hot water. This one feels harmless. It's just water, right? But hot water might be slowly damaging your skin every single day, especially your face. Your skin has natural oils for a reason. Your skin produces natural oils that protect it. These oils help lock and moisturize, keep irritants out, maintain a healthy barrier. When you wash your face or shower with hot water, you strip those protective oils away. The hotter the water, the more damage you cause. It's not about cleanliness, it's about protection. Hot water weakens your skin barrier. Your outer skin layer acts like a shield. When exposed to high temperatures, that barriers become weaker. Water evaporates faster from the skin. This increases what dermatologists call loss water. And when your skin loses too much water, it becomes dry, tight, flaky, more sensitive, more prone to breakouts. Because once the barrier is damaged, inflammation increases. And inflammation is behind many skin problems like acne, redness, and even premature aging. And it also triggers redness. Hot water causes blood vessels to dilate. That's why your face turns red after a hot shower. For people prone to sensitivity, this repeated dilation can make redness worse over time. So what about that healthy glow after a shower? It's actually mild inflammation. The habit is daily. That's what makes it powerful. If you're using very hot water once a month, it's not a big deal. But if you're doing it every day, sometimes twice a day, you're constantly stripping and stressing your skin. And then you try to fix the dryness with more products. So what is the simple fix? Use lukewarm water. Not cold, not streaming hot, just comfortable. Your skin should never feel tight after washing. If it does, then the water is too hot. Sometimes the problem isn't your skincare routine, it's your shower temperature. Part 5. Your dirty pillowcase. This one is very simple. If you're not changing your pillowcase regularly, you might be sleeping in a bacteria trap every single night. But what's built up on your pillowcase? Think about it. While you sleep, your pillowcase collects sweat, oil from your skin, dead skin cells, saliva, hair products, skincare residue, and if you go to bed with makeup on, it's even worse. All of that builds up over days. Now imagine pressing your face against that surface for 6 to 8 hours. It becomes a perfect environment for bacteria. Warmth, moisturize, organic material, that's the ideal conditions for bacterial growth. When you repeatedly rub your face against the fabric, you are reintroducing oil, dirt, and microorganism to your pores. That can lead to clogged pores, breakouts, irritation, inflammation, especially along the cheeks and jawline, the areas that touch the pillow the most. Friction makes it worse. It's not just bacteria. Friction from fabric rubbing against your skin all night can irritate the skin barrier. If your barrier isn't already weakened from over-exfoliating or hot showers, this makes it worse. Your skin spends the night trying to repair itself, but instead of resting, it's dealing with buildup and friction. So to fix that, it's really simple. Change your pillowcase at least once or twice a week. More often if you have acne-prone or sensitive skin. Clean fabric, less buildup, less unnecessary inflammation. Sometimes clearer skin isn't about adding a new serum. It's about washing your pillowcase. Well, this is the end of the video. I hope you learned something new today. Feel free to share your own experience in the comments, along with any tips so we can all have gorgeous skin. From my personal experience, changing these habits has truly helped me improve my skin in a lasting way. And the best part, it's completely free. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did or find it helpful in any way, please drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!